We're here this afternoon to dedicate the once known as Lanier Quadrangle will soon become the McLendon Quadrangle. W.L. Mac McLendon, class of '58, believes that his attendance at Riverside Military Academy was instrumental in the success in his career and life thereafter. So he and his wife Sue are giving back. Mac attended Riverside Academy for nearly 2 years in 1956 and 57. He came here from his home in Palm Beach, Florida. He finished his junior year at Riverside and graduated from Palm Beach High School. However, he states that I owe a lot of my success to the structure, the discipline, the sense of order, and the grooming that I learned in my Riverside years. My time at Riverside served me well in my life endeavors. Mac began his career at 18 years old as a dispatcher for the Florida Highway Patrol while commuting to Miami Springs to attend classes in law enforcement preparation. He graduated from the Florida Highway Patrol Academy, where his spit and polish training at Riverside was a natural asset. At 28, he became the police chief and public safety director in St. Cloud, Florida, then the congressional aide to Congressman Skip Fallis, and later was appointed United States Marshal of the Northern District of Florida by President Reagan and subsequently by President George H.W. Bush. Mac has continued his law enforcement affiliations and is currently the chairman of the board of Star and Shield Insurance Exchange. Mac is not alone in his love of Riverside. His wife, Sue, who retired from the federal court in the office of the U.S. Attorney, fell in love with Riverside the first time she attended homecoming some years ago with Mac. Mac and Sue live in Tallahassee, Florida, and along with their support for Riverside, they are active with Shriners International and many other organizations. I'll be followed by Miss Amanda Griffin.
Last year at homecoming, I visited with Mac and Sue just inside Alumni Hall there. And Mac and Sue sought me out and said, you know, we want to do something for Riverside. We're considering, have given it great thought, and would like to include Riverside in our estate plans. That's always wonderful news for someone like me. And so several months later, I followed up with them. We sat in their home in Tallahassee, Florida. And the more we talked, Mac said, you know, I really think I want to do something while I'm here, while I can see it, while I can see the benefits of a gift to Riverside. So as we talked, our thoughts turned to this quad and the naming of it in their honor. And as we talked about this quad, it became clear that this was a place of significance, not only for Mac, but for many of our older alumni. You know, you have to know that when many of our alumni return to Riverside, there's nothing here that they had when they were cadets. This beautiful new facility replaced the buildings and barracks, the sports arenas, the things that they called home. But this quad is still here. It's the quad Mac marched on and his fellow cadets for years and years and years. It may have looked different, but it's the same piece of ground. The other thing that hasn't changed are those mountains out there. We have the most astounding view of those mountains in Gainesville. And Mac and Sue were out here early this morning, almost at sunrise, to see those mountains. It's an honor for us to name this quad for them, to create an endowed scholarship that will help a young man like one of you attend Riverside. They want to see the changes while they are here, and we are delighted for that, and we thank them.
Max, Sue, you all ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now unveil the plaque and read the inscription. Coach Biso will help. Reading from the plaque, the McLendon Quadrangle dedicated on homecoming October the 25th, 2014, in honor of W.L. Mac McLendon and Lorna S. McLendon. Mac chose the following additional inscription and anonymous quote: "You must have purpose. You must have goal. You must gamble to succeed. Reflect more, dream more, leave the better world by either spiritual or personal relationships, or making life better for people around you." Forever hence, this quadrangle with its stunning view of the North Georgia mountains, the site of hundreds of thousands of push-ups and flutter kicks by thousands of cadets, will be known as the McLendon Quadrangle. Mac, we have one other presentation to make. Something else. Something we know you would have wanted. At this time, Mac McLendon will receive the Riverside Diploma.
Thank you, Colonel.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Harris!
Please, I don't want any of you falling out because of me today. Let me say that 2007, I came here, and the band at that time had 6 members. All the alumni around here were just stunned. And look what we have today. That's why a year ago, driving here, and I looked over at Sue around Cleveland, Georgia, and I said, "Sue, you know, we ought to consider donating to Riverside." She said, "Absolutely." Little did she know that it was going to be that quick, nor did she know how much, but she has supported me all the way. Thank you so much, Sue. I appreciate that. I invited a cousin of mine, John Ewing, from Texas to come. John and Jane are here somewhere. John, thank you all for being here. Appreciate you. Let me say that, Colonel, you have gathered together some of the best talent there is for Riverside. Congratulations to you, sir. To you cadets, I would say, particularly those of you that have only been here a few short weeks, a few months, less than a year, there may be times that you're going to feel like you're homesick, that you're going to feel like you need to go home, that you feel like I need my mama or my dad. Some of you came from homes that were broken. Some of you came from really bad circumstances. We alumni know that because I was one of them, so I know. And you alumni, or you cadets who have been here for any length of time, you need to be able to look in the eye of some of these young men and offer your hand to help them. Some of them may need some really support, and you guys can do it. Never forget that. I first had to shave at Riverside at the age of, I think, 14 or 15. And every morning I look in the mirror and I think about this place, I'll tell you. Terrible. But it made you a man and I am so glad to be here very much, and we look forward to coming back for many years. Thank you so much for coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
One more thing. This is to the alumni. Very important alumni. I've got 5 personal friends that own funeral homes. 2 of them were graduates from Riverside. And every time I see them, I said, do you ever see a Brinks truck or a Wells Fargo following to the cemetery? Not a one of them has told me one yet. So alumni, get off your wallets. Thank you very much, Colonel.
Corps Cadets, thank you so much. You are absolutely splendid today. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremony. Please offer your congratulations to Mac and Sue McLendon.